The primary objective here is to find emergent themes. We don't want to just force our own categories onto the data. We want the themes to bubble up from the participants' own words. The process involves moving from the raw text, the messy, unstructured speech of an interview, into organized conceptual categories. But throughout this process, we have a check. Voice. Does this analysis amplify the participant's reality, or does it just mirror the researcher's bias? Are we hearing *them*, or are we just hearing ourselves? If your final report sounds exactly like your initial hypothesis, you probably didn't listen hard enough.
The engine of this process is coding. Coding is simply the process of going through the data, line by line, and labeling it. This sentence is about fear. This sentence is about hope. This sentence is about barriers to access. Over time, you start to see patterns. You group the fear codes together and realize they are all related to a specific policy. That's pattern recognition. It moves you from simple summary to deep interpretation. Crucially, this is iterative. It is not a straight line. You code, you reflect, you go back and recode. You constantly compare new data against your existing codes, refining your definitions as you go. We often use powerful software for this, like NVivo or MCHES. These tools are fantastic for organizing thousands of pages of text, but I want to be very clear. The software does not do the analysis, you do. We practice human-centric analysis. The software is a filing cabinet, you are the thinker. Technology assists in organization, but it cannot understand sarcasm, emotion, or cultural nuance. It cannot make meaning. You must remain the primary instrument of analysis. Do not outsource your thinking to an algorithm. There is a real risk here that I call the distance warning. When you stare at a computer screen, manipulating codes, you can get distanced from the human suffering or joy in the data. You start seeing nodes instead of people. You must fight this. You have to live with the data, read the full transcripts, listen to the audio recordings again. Let the voices ring in your ears. Don't let the software interface become a barrier to the human story. If you find yourself treating quotes like interchangeable widgets, step back and reconnect with the source.
So, if it's all interpretation, how do we prove it's valid? We do it through rigor, and in qualitative work, rigor means transparency. We need to show our work. We need to establish an audit trail. This documents your decision-making process. I created this code because I merged these two themes because by keeping a log of these decisions, you make your analytical steps visible to the reader. You aren't asking them to trust your magic. You are showing them your math. This allows them to judge the trustworthiness of your conclusions.
We need to be honest about the fact that themes are constructed, not found. We often say themes emerged as if they were rocks lying on the beach waiting to be picked up. But in reality, we build the themes. Meaning emerges from the interaction between the data and our own theoretical lens. Two researchers might look at the same transcript and construct different, though hopefully compatible themes. This carries a heavy ethical responsibility. We bear the weight of interpreting someone else's life. We are translating their lived experience into academic language. We must do so with immense care and humility. A common trap for novice researchers is to stop at summary. They write a report that just says, participant A said this, and then participant B said that. That is journalism or transcription, but it is not research. Our goal is interpretation. We have to answer the questions. What does this mean? And why does this matter? We need to synthesize the individual quotes into broader social or theoretical concepts. If a participant talks about waiting in line for food, the analysis shouldn't just be about lines. It should be about scarcity, dignity, or bureaucratic violence. Move from the specific to the conceptual. A fantastic technique for sharpening your analysis is peer debriefing. This involves sitting down with a colleague or mentor and showing them your data and your emergent codes. Ask them, does this code make sense? Do you see what I see? The purpose is to check for bias. Maybe you are ignoring a theme because it makes you uncomfortable. Maybe you are overemphasizing a minor point because it fits your theory. Inviting others to challenge your conclusions makes the final analysis much stronger and more robust.
Ultimately, the heart of this work is honoring participant voices. We do this by using direct quotes to anchor every theme. Let them speak for themselves. We also ensure representation. Don't just quote the most articulate person. Make sure the quiet voices, the dissenting voices, and the confusing voices are represented too. And above all, portray participants with dignity, even when discussing difficult topics like addiction, trauma, or failure. Write about your participants with the same respect you would want for your own family. We are analyzing their lives, not judging them.
To summarize Lesson 4.2, we must move beyond simple summary to deep interpretation. We must remember that software is just a tool and that we are the thinkers responsible for meaning making. And finally, we must establish rigor not by claiming objectivity, but by being radically transparent about how we constructed meaning from the raw data. Thank you.